Welcome back everyone to episode 17 of the Kenshi Let's Struggle, a series where Shaggy and the group just can't fucking get a break. And this play session was definitely I'd scrap the play like I always do and just make it a struggle session because it kind of sucked ass, to be honest. We have big goals though starting into this. We decide, okay, I need to go get limbs for the people that have lost random limbs from the raids, and I also picked up some books along the way. That way I could continue researching some random shit. Now, I found wheel legs, and this was amazing. Wheel legs are fucking incredible. They give 56% bonus to athletics per leg, so I got Shaggy 2 of those, and he fucking goes fast now. Like, he's faster than Sonic for sure. I don't think anything in this game is faster than Shaggy right now. He was traveling at like Mach speeds earlier. Also, I just set up the electric workbench and storage system for it. That way I could start to craft my own electric parts and shit. Once back at the base, I gathered adventure time to head to the ruins in Vane, as I knew there was something there, but I didn't know what. Along the way, we'd get into a fight with the Crow's Chosen, just like normal, but with the help of some Shek warriors, it was pretty easy to clean them up. Even without the Shek warriors there, though, the Crow's Chosen is little to nothing to my group. I definitely need to find out where they live soon, because they've got a lot of limbs that they need to lose. Later on, we made it into Vane, and things were looking pretty good. I found a wild gorilla, and I thought, okay, our team can definitely take this thing on. It has a lot of health, but we have a lot of people. And after knocking it out, I would use the med kits to heal it up a little bit. That way it wouldn't die or bleed out. And I had someone in the group pick him up. That way, hopefully, we can get back to the base with the gorilla and throw him in a cage and recruit him. It was soon after, though, that tragedy had struck, and I had no idea this was happening. The first time I've seen the Fuckin Hounds in game. They are vicious fucking creatures. Like, people were telling me to go to Vane before. Look what happened, you fucks. This is what happened. I'm pinning it all on people who told me to go to Vane. I'm not taking no heat for this. Oh, in all reality, I didn't unequip everyone's backpacks quick enough, and I underestimated the Fuckin Hounds, and they fucking terrorized our group. They knocked everyone out, and people were dying, critical condition left and right, and I had to basically get everyone to, whenever they woke up, go into stealth mode until they would get caught by the Fuckin Hounds and they'd run over and fucking attack us. So I had maybe 1 or 2 units at all times, like somewhat alive or healing others, and then they'd like be knocked out in a few minutes once the Fuckin Hounds found out that they were moving. Now I knew we had fucked up, so I had set up a new group called Rescue and put about 8 different people into this group. That way we could send them over to Shaggy and the others and hopefully save them. Now during this, it's not good. B01 and Bangs are constantly getting attacked, which puts them into critical condition, and they're a lot more likely to die than our human units, as most of them already have bandages. Even B01 doesn't stand a single chance against 4 Fuckin Hounds going against him at once. They have a lot of speed. They're sort of like the Bone Dogs, but from literal hell, like incarnates from hell. And with the rescue team constantly getting into attacks with fucking dust bandits, Crow's Chosen, and other bullshit, it'd be forever until we could actually get everyone together and get everybody healed up. During this, I had Robert go up to the hill and heal up some people and slowly get people back to normal condition. It was fucking terrifying. I probably made one of the worst decisions ever, and I thought maybe B01, if I unequipped his armor, he would be able to move a bit faster and he would not have the stealth drawbacks that he had before. But once he stood up, he gave away his position and the dogs started to attack. Now I re-equipped his armor and took it off later, and this was the fucking choice to not do. So while healing him up, I barely got his head back to positive, and the Bone Dogs had found him and started attacking him one by one, fucking pushing him back and forth. B01 was at incredibly low health, and I didn't notice how low he was. The rescue squad was just outside of Admag and closing in on our group, but it was not looking too good. Bangs gave up our position again, so everybody would have to get up and fight the Bone Dogs, and this was fucking horrible. This is when B01 lost his right leg. I don't know if there's another limb in the game that has 300 health, but that's a pretty big fucking loss in my book. And just conveniently, like a fucking comedy cue, a stupid caravan from the Hives come in trying to sell me some of their shit legs. Now, I wasn't gonna go from a 300 HP leg to a 41, so I didn't buy any. But they did at least slay the Fuckin Hounds there and take out the entire camp. This let the rescue squad just come right in after not having to fight and heal up everyone. But it would be some time until we could actually move out, as we had more people unconscious than we did alive, so we couldn't carry everyone at once. I went and healed one of the Fuckin Hounds though and picked him up right away. That way I could hopefully try and bring him to my base, put him in a cage, and recruit him. Meanwhile, at the base, they were dealing with black ninjas and a bunch of dust bandits and hill marauders for the entirety of the time that a good chunk of our units were gone. One of the guerrillas ended up waking up and just shredding ass on everyone, so I decided we needed to kill it. We weren't gonna fucking take it. We needed to prioritize taking our teammates home and maybe even dropping the Fuckin Hound. We would get enough people awake though, so I was able to get everyone and the Fuckin Hound to move out and head towards the base. Operations at the base are still running pretty smoothly. I got a good flow of wheat straw and bread coming in, a little bit over than what I'm using to keep everyone fed, so that's good. And I would make sure to check in on rescue squad and have them go around any potential threats or battles. Like, I found a group of Holy Nation and nope, we went around them, because if we went right through them, they would have started attacking, and having two 20k bounties and then a bunch of people knocked out would not be a good fight for us. It would be in the morning though on day 93 that we were able to head back to the base and get everybody healed up. I put the Fuckin Hound in a cage, but when trying to talk to it to recruit it, I gave it some meat. It almost like tried to chop off my arm, so I'm guessing I have to wait until it starves out a bit. I would send Shaggy to the way station after being healed a little bit himself, as we needed to grab some new arms and a leg for B01. I grabbed him a wheel leg, but it was for the wrong fucking leg, so I had to go back and grab a stealth leg instead. Now, the stealth leg is still pretty good, gives some dexterity and stealth bonus, so it's not too bad, but I'm going to be looking for a better limb for B01. Also, having a bunch of new books, I got a lot of research done. A lot of the basic stuff that's just left, like power and crap. After replacing B01's new leg and getting Shaggy healed up, I couldn't just end it off there. I knew that I needed to go back to the ruins, so I sent Shaggy solo. Now, while this seems like a dumb idea, Shaggy is very fast, and he made it there within a couple in-game hours, so I was pretty impressed by that. It was a lot safer, honestly, as our other party members have to stop to fight people. Shaggy could just outrun them. So we were able to head back to the ruins, and there's no Fuckin Hound camp there now, so that was good. Heading over to the library that was there, we'd sneak around the library, and noticing that Shaggy went yellow, I looked around to see what kind of enemies were lurking about, to which it was of course blood spiders. Blood spiders are pretty terrifying. One went after Shaggy right away, but we luckily got a good hit on the first one, as well as the next two. I went inside the houses and collected the books, but I didn't have enough room for the sword, and then Shaggy went to the door and proceeded to smash it until it opened, to which a blood spider greeted us.
What's up, fuckers?
And thinking that, oh, it's just an injured blood spider, I could take it out easy, Shaggy starts getting his ass fucking kicked. So I make him run off and heal himself up, as their blood spiders were pretty slow with the amount of damage I did on their legs. So Shaggy would go back and fight the blood spiders, but the second blood spider, even though it was incredibly injured, Shaggy would end up going down, and I was terrified. I got Bangs immediately to put on the wheel leg so that he could go to Shaggy, but I knew that Bangs was way too fucking far. He wouldn't make it in time, and no way Shaggy could last like 3 to 6 hours with being eaten alive by a blood spider. Luckily though, Shaggy's toughness was at such a high level, he just got up right away, and with the bandages we had put on him, right before we went back into the battle. That's probably what ended up saving him. With that though, he decided to sneak inside of a library and to check it out instead of fighting the remaining blood spiders, as he needed to get in fast and get out. That way we could get back to the base safe. Heading inside, there's a lot of damaged books and old maps, a lot of useless stuff really, but we found some books and a couple maps. Now these maps were great. They give us 2 new ruins, one in Stobe's Gamble, which took me a bit to find, but it's not too far from the base. The only gamble that we have is we haven't been there yet. And then the engineer's map that we found is in the Deadlands. So we have 2 different ruins that are pretty close to the base we can explore. After this, I would go to pick up the remaining books that were there, but I couldn't break into the chests as he had no tools, and I'd check, caravans that were around. I went to a couple of the hive cities, but nobody seemed to carry any tools. They were non-existent around this part, so I'll have to go back with some tools eventually. Over at the base, they're still fighting dust bandits every fucking minute, but I decided I needed to upgrade a lot of my training equipment, because if I can get a way to get people to like say 60 or 70 stats with stuff, it'd be a lot better. I at least got lockpicking training boxes and then the thief training boxes, as well as some assassination dummies put in that are all like the top tier that I can do right now. Luckily though, in the morning, Shaggy made it back to New Eden, and with that, I decided to end the PlayStation. Next time I play, I'll probably be exploring the ruins that we had found from the maps. I also got a few other ideas and plans that I can do to try and make this a little bit less of a struggle for us. It may or may not involve enslaving an entire nomad camp, but like, we gotta do what we gotta do. So if you want to see fucking a Creme 2, 3, 4, and 5, make sure you guys leave a like, fucking comment in the comment section below. I'll try to get the next ones out a bit faster. This one took like a week, but Pokemon Sword came out and shit, so you know how it is. With that though, stay tuned for more, and peace.